My name is Michael, and the cruelest lesson I've learned in life was from being honest. You see, I once believed the good things they told us, that in America, if you work hard, you get what you deserve. That truth always wins in the end. I laughed because I know, in this country, truth stays written on paper, but justice demands blood. I was just an ordinary guy, software engineer, lived in a small flat in Chicago, nothing fancy. Just me, my wife, and our little girl. We weren't rich, but we were happy. Every morning, I went to work. Every evening, I came home. Fridays, we went out for dinner. Just the three of us. That was my joy. Nothing grand, just mine. But one night, everything tore apart. I came home. Door was open. No sound inside. I stepped in slowly, called out for her. Silence. I walked into the dining room, and there she was, on the floor. Still, no blood, no struggle, just gone. I screamed, but the walls don't answer screams. The police came 5 minutes later. They looked around, whispered, took photos. Then they looked at me, and within 1 hour, I was in handcuffs. They said I murdered my wife. They said I was mentally unstable, that our relationship was broken. They brought evidence. Text messages I'd never seen, photos that didn't belong to me, recordings taken out of context. The court believed every word. I didn't scream. I didn't beg. I just watched as Detective Alan Graves told story after story, spun lie after lie. I remember his eyes. There was a calm in them, a confidence, like he already knew the ending, because he did. He was hiding something I didn't know yet. They took my daughter away, put her in state custody. And me? They put me in a cage. 12 years. The first 2 years, I was nothing, just breath and bones. Because you die slowly when you know you're innocent, and no one believes you. But then one day I stopped breaking and started thinking, if truth didn't save me, then maybe something else could. I began to change. In that tiny cell, I started learning cybersecurity, hacking, court law, case review. I read every file for my case, every statement, every flaw. At first, just a pastime. Then it became my weapon. One day I found it, an old police report. A line had been scratched out. I decoded it. It was a call log. The last call from my wife's phone came from a number, Detective Alan Graves. That was when the world snapped into place. He wasn't just a detective. He was her secret lover. And he was the one who killed her, or had someone do it. And then he built a perfect story, with me as a villain, so he could go back to his life, while mine rotted. I didn't get angry. I got quiet, because then I knew I didn't lose. I just hadn't learned how to fight. Yet, after 12 years, they let me out, not because I was found innocent, just lack of evidence. I didn't go back to my old life. There was no old life. I made a new one. I tracked Graves' entire life, his emails, his finances, his movements. I mapped out every lie, every bribe, every life he ruined. Not just mine. There were others. I collected it all, quietly, like a man sharpening a blade in the dark. Then I waited. One Friday, I sent it all to a journalist, to a YouTuber, to a senior officer in internal affairs. Then I made a coffee, and I watched. I watched the news blow up. Detective Graves suspended. Ongoing investigation into evidence tampering. Badge revoked. Accounts frozen. Office raided. His life collapsed in a flash. I never called him. Didn't need to. But I left him one voice message. 12 years. I stayed silent. You took everything from me. Now you've only lost your face. But I'm still here. You fell. I stood up. Today, I live in a small town. My daughter, she's grown now, goes to school. Maybe she doesn't even know who I am. But one day, she'll ask, Dad, where were you? And I'll smile, and I'll say, they tried to kill your father, but he didn't die. He just waited to come back in his own way.